Good afternoon, dear friends. I want to thank you. You stay with us in this 2020 year. It finished today. It will finish today, and today we will discuss with you, and I will tell you about what was done in this year 2020 and what's new in what's in our plans we will to do next 2021 year. Firstly, I want to thank you for your likes, for your comments in my YouTube channel. Here is an it's RM6 LHF Radio November 6 Lima Hotel Foxtrot channel. Vasily here is, and let's start. Firstly, what I want to tell you, we are working and we are extended because we started from about 12 people here in our company, and we finished in a year in 18 people here in company. It's new engineers, new programmers. It allows us to create new devices, new software versions. We started to use a new concept of software development, and we use new principles in programming and in development of the software. It's, as you know, it's Expert SDR3 version of a new software. It's remote control system from Expert Electronics. It will based on new principles and new platform. I want to firstly, let's start. I will tell you about Expert SDR3. As you know, it's a new platform which based on new Qt libraries. We bought it this year. We bought it official license for creating a new Expert SDR3 software with new interesting features from Qt. We have stable technical support from Qt staff, and it's interesting, and it's now it give us new impulse for new versions for working for make a great job in Expert SDR3 software. Also, we was changed platform. As you know, Expert SDR2 was finished, was stopped this year, and now we use new platform with independent GUI and SDR core inside the software. It allows us to growing up SDR core, and we can add new functions, new interesting features, and we can improve it Expert SDR3 software next year and after next year and after, you know. Also was changed principle of building a remote Expert remote system. It was, as you know, in old version of Expert remote system, it was based on direct connection between remote position and your local position. You should create virtual personal network VPN, or if you use direct, if you use IP address, static IP address, open static IP address, you can connect directly. But mostly you have not, it doesn't have a static IP address. You try to use virtual networks. It's not easy to understand, and especially not easy to make it, and especially to make it by yourself. And now we started to in 2021 we will start to use cloud principles, and already about maybe 30% finished cloud system. You can switch on your remote radio, switch on Expertis DR3 software, and it will connect it to cloud, and your client software will find your remote device without any issues with virtual networks settings and other issues and questions about connection. But the main difference between other cloud systems, radio and your local client will send data, and interconnection between radio and your clients will be direct connection, will be used direct connection for data transferring. Connection and the initialization of connection will be via cloud system, but data exchange will be directly, and it gives you extremely low latency. The latency will depend on your provider latency, about 10 milliseconds, maybe 15, maybe 1-2 milliseconds. It depends on provider, and the cloud not gives you additional latency because it's not used in the data exchange, just for connection. It's a very interesting solution for remote connection, for remote operation, and gives you many interesting features which we will discuss next year, 2021. It will be additional stream on YouTube about remote control, remote operation, and I will tell you about it later. Also was released the new accessory for SunSDR2DX in this year. It's AAT, Automatic Antenna Tuner Unit, for 100 watts radio, SunSDR2DX, and it's already on stock, and already on stock over the world. You can order it from your local dealer. If not, just send request, and you can use SunSDR2DX with external tuner, and you can adjust your antenna impedance for required 50 ohms without any issues in automatic mode. Also, tuner memorized settings for frequencies, by bands, and you can adjust your antenna parameters one time and use it after it in automatic mode. It will be used correctly without additional adjusting tuning. Very good. In this 2020 year, we released a new version, new model of its MB1 Prime. It's updated MB1 Prime with a new motherboard, PC motherboard from Gigabyte, for sure, but with new generation of Intel Core processors. It's 9th generation with i7 processors, powerful 65 watts processors, not portable 35 watts, just 65 watts processors, a new RAM, about 16 GB, new SSD drive with more volume inside. We hope it will enough in many years for all operators, for all tasks which can be used in the radio inside. You can use it in the air, in the contests, for digital modes operation for 1-2 different bands, different receivers, and you can use it many years, because in my mind i7 processor, latest generation, I think it will enough minimum in 5-6 years, but I think 10 years without any issues. Also, we have discussion with JTDX developers. We have a good understanding, because our TCI interface, it's a good new word in interconnection between radio and other software, ham radio software like loggers, digital modes software, and when you use just one checkbox set in other software and it works, it's very good, it's awesome, and we'll try to discuss adding it to other software, and step by step we do it, and JTDX now can add it. We'll in our plans to send radios on SDR2DX for working with it, and for trying, for playing, and for testing interconnection between Expert SDR2 and new versions of JTDX. I think it will be interesting, because FT8 digital mode is very popular in the world now, and we hope it will be good for all our customers who used FT8 mode. Also, as you know, we have a good friend Yuri UT4LW, who made very good and very awesome software. It's SDC, software defined connectors, he called it, like SDC, and it have many new interesting features, like decoding digital modes software, like RTTY, like BPSK, different speeds. It decoding also CW signals, and it can decode it in full bandwidth of your panorama spectrum scope, and send spots to the spectrum scope to Expert SDR software. It can send it to band plans, to the internet as a skimmer server, and this software can decode signals which you receive by your receiver, you're in a narrow bandwidth, and it decoding it and send decoded text to 5M contest logger. It's contest logger. It can receive all digital signals from SDC and use it for QSOs, for contest QSOs. 5M contest can get information from SDC about call sign, about numbers from other operators, from other stations, and can send macroses to SDC software, and SDC software can send it to air via TCI, from via TCI to Expert SDR, and Expert SDR send it to air. It's very interesting, because we can stop using virtual COM ports, virtual audio cables. I hope when JTDX guys will add TCI interface. It will be simply for FT8 mode. Hello Vasily, I wish you a happy new year. Thank you very much, friends, for your staying here on my channel RN6LHF, for your comments, for your questions in the comments below under all my videos. I try every time to answering you. It's important for me to get feedback from you, to get feedback as questions, as suggestions, maybe your opinion, how to make it better, how to make it more comfortable to you. We're trying to understand it all your wishes and trying to compile the best solution based on your wishes. It's the main idea and the main plan for us to make it comfortable for all. And the new platform of XpertSDR3 software allows us to create different GUIs. We can change the main view of XpertSDR3 software and make it more comfortable for different types of operations. For example, for normal operations, day by day, for contest operations, for noise, for professional users, for as I said, contests. And I think it will be interesting because now GUI, it's a different part of software. It's a different part from SDR core, and it will be simple for us to make some different GUIs. But firstly, in our plans to create XpertSDR3 software with the same functions as XpertSDR2 software. I think the first version, maybe first two versions, will use functionality from XpertSDR2 as functions, not from blocks from XpertSDR2. New platform, new features, and the same functions from XpertSDR2. We should get the same software which works stable without any issues, and then we will start to add in new features, new interesting features. As you remember, in the previous my stream I showed receiver window, but now in my I have access to transceiver SunSDR2 Pro, and now you can see that transceiver version has more controls, like monitoring, slider, driver, tune, microphone gain, slider, TX tune buttons. We can working in air now, but software. But in this software you cannot find any additional functions. It's prods menu, processing menu for TX and options menu. It's simple, just sound device can be chosen, and that's all. Because the main work inside the software now, between blocks, between connections, interconnections, between inside the logic of inside the blocks. And firstly, we should create SDR core with full functionality, and step by step the GUI will be finished, and will be we fill it all controls. Don't worry about view, current view of first Expert SDR3, because it's a first steps, and I show you it for your interest in it. You should see, you should watch it, because you should know what was done here in this way, and I think it's interesting for you. When will MB1 be shipping to USA? MB1 was shipped out from Russia today. I think in 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, it will be in US. Yes, it was sent today. Vasily, with the Sun SDR2 DX, it's possible to receive 2 meter if you are on HF bands. Peter Sandstorm, thank you for your question, Peter. Not because it's not possible, because here inside one high-speed ADC, it's a heart of receiver, and it can receive signals from different nyquist zone at the same time. For example, you can receive HF and VHF, but it mirrored, and it's is a sum of all signals at the same time, and you can receive only just HF or VHF, because when you use HF, a special filter, anti-aliasing filter, used for rejection of all 2 meters band signals, and at the same time when you use 2 meters band, all HF signals will be rejected by input filters for correct working. For works at the same time in HF and VHF, we should use 2 independent high-speed ADCs. First ADC for HF, second for VHF, but not now in these current our devices. Vasily, I'm wondering if you will plan improvements in the DSP core of your rig, mostly about NR and NB, NB2, maybe NR2 feature like implemented on other SDRX. Yeah, sure. In the first version of Expert SDR3 software, will be used standard DSP functions, and next, in the second version, we will try to use new features, new algorithms for DSP core, for sure, and we'll do that. Remote operation predistortion, I would be really happy about that. Yeah, sure, friends. Yeah, in our plans to finish in all main features and functions of Expert SDR3, which provides you Expert SDR2 software, which provided in the eSDR2 software, and the next step will be full duplex mode. Also, transverter mode will be presented in the Expert SDR3 first version, and next versions will be with the full duplex mode, and next step after full duplex mode will be predistortion mode. We have additional programmers who knows how to do that. He waits his time, his yes, and he will add it to the firmware, new firmware, when duplex mode will be finished. Remote control, as I said, will be in step by step, will be improved with Expert SDR3. At the same time, all functions will be the same in the remote operation and local operation, and the remote client will be the same software for local and for remote operation. As I said in my previous video, on the last week, you will open device manager, and you will see list of devices list with different IP addresses, and local devices, remote devices. You just press start button, and will be opened the same GUI, the same software, the same view software for receiver or for transceiver as for local operation, and the same for remote operation. It will be the same software for remote and for local, and it's in our mind it's more comfortable firstly, and it's easy to support it for new functions, and we can improve it at the same time for remote and for local operation, because it's the same software, one software. It's easy. Your questions. Happy New Year. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for all of the hard work you and your team have done. Happy New Year. J Mac. Thank you very much, friends. Thank you very much, J Mac. Maybe. And we hope all we made and all we will do new in the next year will good for you, comfortable for you. We're trying to use all your wishes, and as I said, compiling it to interesting solutions, and it's all for you. And many thanks for you all who send us feedbacks via email to Roman info@sunsr.com, or maybe in comments under my videos. It's also good because I can get feedback from you. I can feel your ideas, and I can send or resend it to Roman, and we can create a strategy of improving software, hardware, radios, Expert SDR3 program, and it's good for all us, for amateur community, SDR amateur community, and we're happy when we get good reviews from you, and also we're happy when we get construction suggestions, your opinions, maybe critical opinions, and but construction critical opinions also is useful for us, because it give us feedback and allow us to make it better and better, because new functions, new interesting features, it's not only a good feedbacks, it's also critical feedbacks, and it allow us to make software and hardware better, and we can better by ourselves. Peter Sandstorm, Happy New Year from SM4PIL. Thank you very much, Peter. Hello, Vasily, I wish you a Happy New Year. Enzo Stefanazzi, yes, thank you very much, to Italy also. Yes, Happy New Year, Miguel, Carlos, Gmax, Peter. Does the MB1 support pre-distortion? Any plans for support for iPad software? Yes, I'll answer. Firstly, MB1 will support pre-distortion. The hardware also, we have different parts for TX and RX paths, and we can transmit signal. We can transmit signal at the same time with the receiving mode, and we can receive our signal, transmitted signal, and use it for pre-distortion. The next step after first version of Expert SDR3 will be supporting of full duplex mode, and after it pre-distortion mode. Yeah, sure. All our devices from Sun SDR2 Pro and till Sun SDR2 DX and B1 will support it. Any plans for support for iPad software? Yes, sure. As I said, Expert SDR3 software based on new platform, based on new Qt libraries as bricks for our software, and we can create versions for all operational systems, also for Mac and for iPad, Android versions of the software, and it will be easy for us because GUI and SDR core is different parts, and it's easy for us to create a new design and new versions for other and the different operational systems. I'm really happy about it. All the best for the new year, Steve. Thank you, Steve. You too. Happy New Year. We did so many contests with Sun SDR without any problems. Absolutely top. Thank you so very much, Andy, HB9 CVE. Thank you very much, Andy, for your good feedback. I hope it will be better because our main idea for next improvement, we will try to create a system for amateur operators. System will include radio, antenna switch software, digital modes, contest mode software, and remote control, local control. You can mix in remote and local receivers. For example, you can use your transceiver for local transmitting and receiving, but if you want, you can open a remote receiver for listening, or for example second receiver, additional device for different direction. For example, you can use main direction to US and second direction to Japan, and you can switch just IQ streams without any high frequency switching and use it for listening at the same time, maybe in the different time, just listening other direction. I think for contest operations it will be a big step, this new SDR system, Expert SDR system, and you will get many interesting features. Maybe it will be next year in the second part, maybe in the end, but we waiting new interesting features. Yes. Thank you very much, dear friend, for your time. I hope all you Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, just passed, but Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. The best wishes for all you, for your families, for sure good health, many interesting ideas, good DX, good propagations, good working radios without any issues, many new versions of Expert SDR3 software with new interesting features. All we wait in it, like New Year presents. And also thank you very much for your comments under my videos, for your comments via emails, and it's very pleasant for me for your likes maybe but firstly comments, and I'll try to answer on you. The best wishes. Hope see you here on my channel next year 2021, and see you here. Here was Vasily, RN6 LHF. If you have any comments and questions, please write it under my videos in the comments, or send it to Roman via email info@sunsdr.com. If you have any wishes and suggestions, opinions, maybe critical opinions and wishes, please send it to Roman via email, because all your emails was sorted and all your wishes and suggestions will put to wish list, and all your wishes, and we put it to wish list, and never forget about any ideas, any wishes, because it already saved. Happy New Year to all your staff. Thank you very much from our not so big staff. It's about 18 people, and thank you very much. See you next year. Bye bye.